Hello, I am Marco under A Cloud, and I'm here to give an insight of what are Jews. So, an overview of a Jew is that Judaism is related with a sense of belonging to a particular ethnic group. Originally, the term Jew referred to a person's Jewish identity rather than a religious affiliation. So, the term Jew refers to both ethnic group and a religious group, also known as Jacob's users. Because of this, Jews does not automatically qualify as a follower of Judaism. So a Judaism is faith that has a strength, warmth, tranquility, and humanity all of its own, says author David Brooks or Hans Kung. So we now talk about what is Judaism. Now let's talk about an insight of its history. So approximately 3,500 years have passed since the beginning of Judaism. The origin of this religion can be traced back to the ancient Near Eastern region of Cana, which today constitutes Israel and the Palestinian territories. Judaism opposed from the beliefs and practices of the people known as Israel, and it's still practiced today. So among its huge contributors were Abraham, Isaac, Moses, and King Solomon all play on the part of establishing the religion of Judaism, which God intended to according to their religion. So with that, let's now talk about Judaism's beliefs that I agree and disagree with. So the beliefs that I agree with is the belief in the divine providence, as well as the belief of divine justice and the belief in the coming of the Messiah. So, first of all, let's talk about the belief in divine providence. So, a God, according to traditional theism, created heaven and earth as well as the cosmos itself, and all that occurs in the universe occur under the divine providence, that is, under the guidance and control of the Almighty. According to believers, God oversees creation as a loving parent who works for the good of everyone who come into contact with Him. And with the correlation with my religion myself, I believe that the divine providence is actually true, at least for me, that which in the Creator Himself intended to provide for all of us. The next belief that I agree with is the belief in divine providence. So as He guides His people on their journey of faith through life, it is God's compassionate provision that allows Him to fulfill His purpose in their lives. God's ultimate goal is to save individuals and develop them into persons who are more like Christ in their character. In my religion, the belief in divine justice is true, for He, the Almighty, can be the only one to truly judge a person. But within this judgment, He also believes that when we are judged, we are more turned to more into Christ and His character, because His ultimate goal is to teach us what divine justice really means and what character development to become more like Christ every day is His intended goal. The next belief, the last belief that I agree with is the belief in the coming of Messiah. So the Messiah is regarded in Judaism to be a virtuous monarch who will be sent by God to unify people all across the world, regardless of race, culture, or religion. Many Jews believe that when the Messiah comes, He will do the following and rebuild the temple in Jerusalem. So in this belief, though it is more far-fetched than in my religion, I believe that this is true, but instead of the Messiah, I believe that Jesus Christ will come here and unify us people and carry us back to heaven. Though the intended belief is not entirely true upon myself and according to my religion, I still believe that there will be a coming of a certain almighty person that will carry us over through the next life and grant us eternal life. There are agreements. There are also disagreements that I believe that comes with the belief of Judaism. So there are three beliefs that I don't believe. I don't agree with the beliefs of the Judaism. So these are the belief in the superiority of Moses to all prophets. The next is the belief in the revelation of law, and that the law as contained as the Pentateuch is that revealed by Moses, and lastly the belief in immutability of the law. So firstly, the belief in the superiority of Moses to all other prophets. I don't disagree with this because in my religion, prophets are the only voice of God. They do not possess the knowledge that God has. Therefore, there is no supremacy among them. So in my religion, I believe that God uses almost all prophets, that he intends to not only make one superior but all of them important to his history, and as well as the dissemination of Christ. Second one is the belief in the revelation of the law, and that the law as contained in the Pentateuch is that revealed by Moses. So multiple people were tasked to the right of law of revelation. Therefore, there were many books that were accordance to this. So Moses did not single-handedly reveal all of them, but instead, once again, this is all part of my religion. So we need to I need to inform you that I do not believe that Moses single-handedly give the book of Revelation its purpose, but rather than God himself wanted to disseminate the information to everyone, therefore creating multiple writers to do the book of Revelation. That is in accordance to my religion, but still we need to respect each other. The last belief that I disagree is the belief in the immutability of the law. So I believe personally, not regarding with religion, I believe that the immutability of the law is false. Because why? Because I believe that change is constant. So, and according to my researches, laws do not remain permanent all the time. It is changed due to the perspectives of multiple reasons that revolve around what is now justice, because the only true justice that we could offer is how Jesus Christ wanted and needed for us to be judged. So there are no rights and wrongs for now, true rights and wrongs for now, to be judged by the law. So the law is constantly changing, and therefore we could not control it. Therefore, it is mutable. So in this case, I disagree with this belief, but not in accordance to my religion, but rather as my personal intentions or understanding. So my conclusions and thoughts are, we should never judge a person's religion. So each of us has our beliefs and principles. Therefore, we should respect each other and let others know an insight of what we believe in. And we should never force our beliefs if they don't want to know in the first place. So in understanding this, we need to accept the fact that each of us has a unique understanding of what religion we want to take on and why we should take on them. It is important to note that we should never force anyone or anyone to understand these beliefs if they don't want to. So we can share, but we should never force. So that is all. Thank you for watching and listening for my report on Judaism, on the beliefs I agree and disagree with. Thank you very much.